Greetings, everyone. You are welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Ngozi. I live in ONITSHA ANAMBRA State. Today is an interesting topic. What we are talking about today is why the high buildings, like why this much story buildings in ONITSHA ANAMBRA State. Yes, ONITSHA to be precise, because most of them, this type of buildings are not really like that much in other cities in Anambra State. I am going to be dwelling on the two obvious reasons. Number one, lands here are very expensive. To buy land in Onitsha city, you have to be prepared. Like, you have to be very prepared, because it is not a child's play. Lands here are very expensive. The maximum story building you can do in Onitsha is a 5-story building. I didn't do much research on this. I just, with the situations on ground, how how I view it, how I have seen. I have never seen any building that is more than 5-story building. So I think that is the reason, because if they are allowed, they will do more. I have never seen any story building, like recent story building, that is above 5-story building. So I think 5-story building is maximum you can do in Onitsha. So if this video, you can, as you can see, if you can count, almost all the buildings you are seeing here are 4-story buildings, and this yellow one in front is it's actually 5. Yes. So I think I did not, like I said before, I didn't like make any research. I didn't ask questions. I just, with what I have seen, what I am seeing every day, I have never seen any story building that is above 5-story building. So that is that. So because of how expensive lands here are, people, when they buy land, they would want to make the maximum use of it. Buying an expensive land in Onitsha and putting up just 2-story building is like a waste of money. Yes, it's like a waste of money, because you have opportunity to buy land on top of your building, on top of your house, and you are just building 2-story building. Like, I have not seen such thing recently. Not even recently. I have never seen such in Onitsha city. Somebody buying land in Onitsha and you just build 2-story building. No, it is not done. It's like a waste of money. When you buy these lands so much expensive, you have to make good use of your money. And another thing, most of these buildings you are seeing were once maybe downstairs or a story building, old buildings, and the buyers will buy and demolish, then and erect these buildings. If you happen to see any 1-story building as you are watching this video, just know that house is about to be demolished, because there's this one I'm going to show you guys now. Let me show you. So this building now you are seeing is was built not less than 2 years ago, or should I say a year ago, because they built this house like morning, afternoon, and night, and before you will know what is going on, the building is up already. So that is how they build their houses in Onitsha. If you come, like this street you are looking at, maybe come here next 2 years, maybe these 3-story buildings you are seeing, someone somewhere is eyeing them, and before you know it, they will demolish it and put up 5-story building. Let me not exaggerate. This type of thing usually happens in a 1-story building, so it hardly happens in a 3-story building. Okay. So that, with that being said, let me go over to the number 2 point. why there's so much buildings, so much story buildings in Onisha. Like, look at how they line it up, both left and right side of the road. So number two is the population of people living in Onisha. The population of people living in Onisha are so much. People too plenty for here. I think people living in Onisha alone, if you should divide people living in Onisha like into four, I think one out of that four are the people living in Oka, or should I say Enugu State. People are too many here. If you should come out in the morning in these areas, like areas with so much tall buildings, I would say areas with so much. If you should come out, maybe you just visited Onisha, you want to find out the population of people living in Onisha, because almost every area in Onisha have this kind of buildings. So if you want to know by yourself the population of people living in Onisha, just come in the morning, like in the morning around 8. The way people troop out, the way people pump out like water from a pipe that has held on water for so long, and you finally release the pipe, the way water gushes out from the pipe, that is how people troop out from these areas. Okay, and there's this junction at Opiweka. If you should come to that place in the morning and see the way people troop down like water running down from the hill, you will be amazed. The people are so many here. So because of that, all these people building high buildings. Sometimes they will build it with low quality doors, windows, and everything. And any amount they mention, people will just occupy it. If you don't like it, leave, another person will occupy immediately. Because a lot of people, they want to be closer to their businesses than to live in a very comfortable place that is very far from their business areas. So when you hear someone say, I am living in my house, like I've built my own house, I am living in my house, just know that the person has reached this heights, this dream height the person has been aiming. Okay, it is time of rest for the person. That actually, even without that business, the person can still eat and be comfortable. The people living in their houses let me say in Onisha, people living in their houses in these popular estates like Oba, Nkwere, 3 them. People living in their own houses are people that has made it. Okay, they have made it. A lot of them have had a lot of them has this type of buildings you are seeing, like these 4 buildings. A lot of people have it before they can dream of going to a cozy, a cool area to build their own houses and live there. But for most of the people that did their own first, like I have heard cases of people that build their own houses first and move down there, and also they are struggling to raise money again, like to they are still struggling to invest. Most of those people normally pack out from their cozy houses back into Onisha, to these uncomfortable areas, just to be close to their businesses, because for them they have not really made it to the point of that kind of rest. I don't even want to go into details of the type. These buildings you are seeing, they are beautiful on the outside, right? Just try and enter inside. You will weep, you will cry. Because what these landlords are after is just to erect these buildings. And once these buildings are erected, it is none of their business. Sometimes the type of doors, the interiors are always a very big mess. So after paying for the huge amounts, they will tax you. You will still go ahead to pay for cola. That's a gorge, if you are familiar with that. I have never heard of something like that until I came to Onitsha. That you sometimes the amount you pay for the cola will be bigger than the actual rent, like actual money you paid for your rent. So after paying all this, just know that you kept money somewhere for you to do the interior by yourself. You will do the interior, you develop the house by yourself if you want to be comfortable. The ties, the adding bulbs where like adding sockets where they're supposed to be that they did not put, because normally they don't scare, they give you just give you the building, the interior. If you don't have money, just live in it like that, but if you have money, you have to do it. Like in my house, there are some places I added sockets where sockets supposed to be, but socket there was no socket. I have to add it. The ties in my house was done by us. A lot of things. Some people even go to the extra mile of removing doors to put in their own doors. Okay, when you remove the door, you go and keep it somewhere for them. And when you want to pack out, that is when you will take your door and put back their doors. So a lot of things that you have to do to the building, like kitchen counters. Who have time to do kitchen counter for you? The only place they always try to put tiles is the toilets, and it is the cheapest of the tiles. It is the cheapest of it all. The rooms are always funny. The size of the rooms are always funny. Even this house that I'm living was built by mistake. Yes, I was told that it was built by mistake. When the landlord realized himself, he added one by the side. Actually, when we moved in, we lived in the 4th floor. But later we got when somebody moved from the 2nd floor, we have to go to the 2nd floor back. That was when I knew how big the 2nd floor, like the back part of the building is, because it is so large. And they said the landlord built it out of the mistake. The engineer, is the fault of the engineer. So when the landlord realized himself, he had to add another one. And that front side of this building is a mess. If you enter into it, that is when you will know that you are inside Onitsha building. These buildings you are looking at, if you enter into the rooms, you will weep. Especially the new ones. A lot of people, when they want to like look for a house, they start looking for old buildings, because it's the old buildings that is reasonable a little bit. There are some houses when you enter into it, you'll be like, I can't breathe in this house. Somebody should come and send me oxygen. I cannot breathe. I am just grateful to God for this place that we live in, because the other places I have been, I remember one day I visited someone. Immediately I entered, I was like, I can't wait to get out from this place. How do these people even sleep in the night? Let me not just go there. It will be in another video. And this video is getting too long. So I have come to the end of this video. Okay, see you in the next one. I hope you like it, because this video is was demanded. Okay, so I have done this video, and I hope you give it a thumbs up. See you in the next one. May the good Lord bless and keep all of us in Jesus' name. Amen. And subscribe if you have not. See you in the next one. Bye.